Now it's time to start the second half of this doubleheader. Chowan ladies fell on the first of 58-47. Chowan men would like to turn things around here this afternoon, not only to at least get the split here today, but more or less get Chowan back on the winning side of things. Hawks left here last week at 10-1, headed out to Johnson C. Smith, and they come back and they've lost 3 in a row, 10-4. So, Robert, this is a huge game for this Chowan team trying to get back in this season turned around.
Yeah, tough little stretch for Chowan basketball in general.
And you take a look, Elizabeth City men have been playing exceptionally well since we saw them. They're playing in a 6th straight road game, but this team is 8-3 since we saw them here back on the 28th of November. So Sean Walker, who's a veteran coach, back on the bench after about 3 years, he's got this team playing well. More importantly, Robert, he's got this team believing in himself, and sometimes that goes a long way.
And that's huge to turn a program around like that. That anytime they struggle, believing in yourself is the biggest thing. You know?
And unfortunately, they will be without Zach Hobbs, a right-standing sophomore who had just got back in the lineup. Unfortunately, fractured his leg up in Winston-Salem on Monday night, so he's done for the season. We'll see how this Winston-Salem team plays without him here this afternoon. Let's go courtside as we normally do here in the before prior to any of our Chowan games and chat with our coaches. Here is Coach Brett Vincent on today matchup against Elizabeth City State. Chowan comes back home after a 3-game road swing last week against the Southern Division teams to clean up the crossover division play here in CIAA. I'm very busy here with Coach Brett Vincent. I know it's good to get back on the Bob Burke court here today, Coach. Not a fun weekend to talk about from last weekend.
No, as far as wins and losses, it wasn't. We learned some things. Really tough environments. We're back starting divisional play, so we'd like to get off to a good start. But we're playing a team that we beat early, but they've gotten better, and they played a really good non-conference schedule, and they're 7-1 in the league right now. So it'll be a huge, huge challenge.
Yeah, it will, Coach, and a lot of people in the stands. Elizabeth City brings a lot of people when they come here. But let's get back to the weekend. Certainly not the start you wanted at Johnson C. Smith, but the team played much better at Winston-Salem.
Yeah, we just Johnson C. Smith, we struggled offensively, which we haven't done all year. I mean, we held them to 61 points, I believe, and 64 maybe. I forget what the final was. Should have won. Winston-Salem was tie game, 4 minutes to go. They had a sellout crowd Saturday, good environment. They played well. Livingstone, we played well for a half, and the second half kind of got away from us. They got some easy buckets, and the crowd got into it. Tough to go on the road in any league, whether it's the CIAA or the ACC, and you just have to fight through it and try and get better every day in practice.
Coach, I know we are early in the second half of the season, but you come off 3 games in 5 days, and with the limited numbers you have on this team, how did you handle practice time this week? Did you get the guys off their feet a lot?
We were off a couple days. Got back early Tuesday morning, took Tuesday off. Wednesday, watched a little bit of film. Thursday, Friday, went about an hour. Only so much you can do, you don't want to make excuses, but, we're playing without 3 guys that started at NC State. One's an injury, and the 2 other young men have some personal things at home they need to tend to. And then also, sounds like, not to make excuses, sounds like I'm making excuses. Tim Bing played on an ankle he probably shouldn't have played on a 3-game road swing, and Demetrius Sanders at Winston-Salem has strained a ligament in his arch, and he toughed it out over the rest of the Winston game and then Livingstone. So we're fighting through it.
Yeah. Coach, you're talking about a team that's been fighting through it. It's Elizabeth City State. They got off to a slow start. Sean Walker has his team playing well right now.
Yeah, they're playing good. Really unfortunate for them. Zach Hobbs broke his leg the other night against maybe Winston, I believe. And unfortunate because he's a really good player. But, they played us tough here without Zach. He had a knee problem early on. We just made a lot of shots, and Bobby Grubbs made a lot of shots for us that day, and Bobby's not with us. So we know it's going to be tough, and we're just going to battle and do the best we can the rest of the year.
Coach, what do you expect to see different from them that you saw the first time?
Not much. Still doing pretty much the same thing, trying to spread the floor and get the ball. And they play 4 guards, try and get you and drive it. We're playing different type of lineup. We're playing 2 bigger guys together, so it may cause us a problem. Our zone's been good until the last 5 days over there. It was pretty open in the middle, and teams exploited it and kicked it in there and kicked it out. So we'll have to play some man in zone and see what happens.
Coach, find the time to tip it off. Have a good one.
Okay.
That's Coach Brett Vincent chatting about last weekend with his 3 losses in 5 days and what he's done to try and prepare for this one tonight against the Elizabeth City team that comes in riding high, winning 8 of their last 11, even though they fell back on Monday night. They won in overtime. And Monday night after Hobbs broke his leg, this team came back and won in overtime. It was a tough place to play up at Winston-Salem at the Gaines Center. Let's take a look at the starters here this afternoon. First for Elizabeth City State, they'll start at one guard, a 6'2 senior, Shaheed Petaway from out of Raleigh, North Carolina. He averages 11.2 a game. His backcourt mate will be Orlando Robinson, 6-foot senior from out of Charleston, South Carolina, 3.5 a game. Along the court line, John Maynard can go inside. He can go outside. The 6'5 junior from out of Rayford, North Carolina, 11.9 a game. Also, Shaquille Daniels will start up front, the 6'4 sophomore from out of Greenville's D.H. Conley High School, 6.9 a game. And also in the middle from out of Miami Gardens, Florida, Joseph Allen, the 6'8 junior, starts in the middle. He averages 7.1 a game, leads his team in rebound at 6.3. The Vikings are coached by Sean Walker, who's an alumnus of Elizabeth City State University. He's in his 14th season on the bench as the Vikings head coach. For Chowan, they made one change in their starting lineup since we saw him last. And we'll get to it momentarily in the backcourt. Gus Rowland, 6-foot sophomore from Richmond, Virginia, 15.5 a game. The leading assist man in the league at 7.7 a game, starts at the point guard spot. His backcourt mate will be Tim Bing, a 6'3 junior out of District Heights, Maryland. Leading scorer on his Chowan team at 17.4 points per game. Along the front line, Demetrius Sanders, a 6'3 senior from out of Raleigh, North Carolina, 16.9 a game, 6th leading scorer in the league, starts at one spot. He leads his team in blocks with 20. Also starting up front, Michael Kelly, a 6'7 junior from the Bronx, New York, 11.1 a game, 7.4 rebounds. Michael Kelly's kind of running some foul trouble lately. He fouled out of all 3 of Chowan's games in his losses on the road. And guy who's really starting to turn it on and play well for Chowan is Deion Joyner. He's been in double figures the last 4 games, coming off an 18.7 rebound performance in that loss at Livingstone. Deion from North Charleston, South Carolina, to transfer from Richard Bland Community College. Brent Vinson's in his 7th season. He's 92-86. Steve Jesuits and Coach David Rogers duty assisting here for Chowan as Allen and Deion Joyner will step it in to tip it off, and we'll get ready to get underway here from Chowan in front of you. Best crowd we've seen here in a while at Chowan. And most of them visitors and townspeople. Not a lot of students in the house to be actually. And Chowan's going to have to go on defense the first time as here's Robinson, who we didn't see much of in the first time these two teams played at the point guard spot. He'll kick it near side to Petaway. Petaway playing with one of those face masks today. As ball is kicked out of bounds as Robinson managed to bounce it inside down to Joseph Allen.
Wonder what he's got going on. Maybe a fractured orbital, broken nose, something like that.
You never know. Those things can be difficult to play with,
right.
I understand. Not only does it hurt your visibility, but makes it difficult to breathe sometimes. Ball was kicked out of bounds, still belongs to the Vikings. Here's Allen trying to back in on Kelly. He'll turn. Demetrius Sanders blocked it. Came out of nowhere and blocked it. Sanders' 21st block of the year. Takes the elevator to get the block.
Showing that high-flying ability already.
Chowan leads this series 13-9. The Hawks have won 9 out of the last 10. Here's Kelly to the right. He'll lay it up and in. That's what Chowan needs, more of that from Michael Kelly. Remember when Chowan played this team back on the 28th of November, Bobby Groves dropped 18 on the Vikings in that win 79-63, but Groves is no longer in a Chowan uniform. Here's a pull-up jumper for 3 out on the right side. No good, but put back up and in by Shaquille Daniels. That was out of John Maynard's hands. It was a 3-pointer. It was air ball, but Daniels coming in from the left side to clean it up, put it back in, tie this game at 2.
But I'm sure if you ask him, that was a pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably not going to go on the stat sheet that way. Here's Bing, and he dribbled it off his leg, trying to move around the pressure from Petaway. Chowan's first turnover. Chowan comes in averaging 14.5 a game. Hawks are the best field goal shooting team in this league at 50.2%. Chowan's had an awful tough time slowing their opponents down here in the second half of the season. Petaway with it out on the right wing, takes one dribble, swirls around. Gets it to Daniels, stolen away by Rowland. Gus will take it in
nice
easily.
Play by Gus Rowland.
Rowland anticipated properly as Maynard was trying to get it on the left wing to Robinson. And the steal here for Rowland turns into an easy layup. For Gus, that's steal number 33 on the year. 4-2 Chowan lead. Petaway for the lead on the 3. Went in and came out. Sanders high for the rebound for Chowan. Here's Deion Jordan running the floor. Gets a pass inside, but he can't convert because Elizabeth City State hustle back on the defensive end. So Chowan will have to reset their offense. Rowland working on the right wing. 17:48 is where our clock's at in the first half. Just underway here from the barrel.
Love the pace of this game so far. Back and forth very quickly.
Here's Rowland. One hands the pass to Sanders. He'll dial up a long 3, and it's no good. Long rebound comes off to Maynard. Maynard will push it front court to Robinson. Robinson coming on the run. Takes it inside over Kelly and scores. Orlando Robinson got a running start. Nobody slowed him down, and he takes it right to the rack. And I'm not sure what this whistle's about. It looks like we're set to get back. I think what happened, one of the Elizabeth City players kind of bounced the ball away from the officials. Tied at 4. And here's Rowland again, working right in front of Sean Walker. Goes behind his back. Tough move. Tried to go inside, and here's a whistle coming underneath. Official underneath has indicated a foul to be on Shaquille Daniels.
Gus Rowland took about 7 steps without taking a trip.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing. I said, here comes, this is not the NBA, but he got away with it. So here's Gus at the line. He'll shoot a pair of free throws. Steps to the line. Takes one dribble, arched it up, and got it. Gus this season has been able to hit 73 of 92 from the stripe for 79% starting today. He has given Chowan the lead back at 5-4. And make it 6-4 as he drops in the 2 free throws. Rolling 15 points a game this season. Good solid sophomore year following up that good freshman year a year ago. Robinson moves at front court against pressure from Rowland in the backcourt off the main on the right wing. Popping out front, it's going to be Daniels. Near side to Robinson, inside to Allen, backing in on Kelly, and he'll score. Joseph Allen using that big 6'8" frame to back in on Michael Kelly, and he kisses off the glass. We're tied at 6. This is a much more confident-looking Elizabeth City State team today.
Oh, yeah.
Than we saw here about a month or so ago.
And Gaddis, you warned us that they were going to get much better as the season went on, and they have.
Won 8 of their last 11. Here's Rowland caught in the corner and has to call a timeout to save the possession. And did he call a foul? Let's see. And Chowan got the timeout, I believe. It'll be a 30-second timeout. This is Tim Daughtry, the official down below us here. Tim been officiating the CLAA for quite some time. Chowan had to call a timeout because Rowland's double team over the corner and couldn't get away from the double team.
I really think, as you mentioned earlier, that the Vikings just have that psychological edge right now. They believe in themselves. They believe in each other. And oftentimes that gets overlooked, but that's a huge part of any ball game.
And, you know, they're playing with the injury to Hobbs on their mind. You know, the guys kind of rededicated themselves after that injury the other night, came back and won in overtime up at Winston-Salem, which is a great win for them. And they've used that momentum and that extra heartbeat to come here today, and they're off to a good start. This game's tied at 6.
And I'll tell you what, Chowan has a short bench over there.
Yes, they do.
Looks like there might be some JV players that got pulled up, maybe 1 or 2, maybe not.
Tayshawn Young joined the team after the break. Here's Rowland off to Jordan. Jordan trying to go inside, going to be a foul coming against Shaquille Daniels. That's his second foul. So Daniels with 2 fouls trying to cut Jordan off, got there a little bit late.
The use of flash photography in the health center is prohibited.
So here's Rowland, the inbounds, baseline left, underneath the Hawks bucket. Sanders going baseline. Went reverse layup and got it. We thought Sanders was going to go up for the dunk, but he went on the other side of the glass to get away from the 6'8". Allen used the rim as his protector.
Smart play, and what a freak athlete.
His first bucket. Petaway to the rack, and it's blocked out of bounds by Joyner. He said it went off Petaway as he went out of bounds with it.
Joyner got a fat piece of that one.
And it went off Petaway when it came down with a block.
Add a little bit of injury to insult right there.
So Daniels will step out, and in to replace him is going to be Corey Mendez, a 6'1" senior from out of Baltimore. Thought we might see Justin Faison. He's playing really well for him here at 10.1 on the season, and played well here. These two teams played back in November. Chowan trying to add to an 8-6 lead. We at the 15:54 mark. Sanders dialing up a three, a little strong, no good. Rebounded underneath by Mendez, who just came in the game. So they try to get it underneath to Maynard, who will get it outside to Roberts. Good ball movement here. Pettaway's wide open on the left, can't convert. Sanders high again for the rebound, and how he didn't travel with it, I don't know. But he tiptoed on that line to save the possession.
I don't know what you're talking about, Gaddis. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it's a lazy pass that time to get stolen. Maynard's going to get it to Allen for the alley-oop dunk, and we're tied at 8. Allen's got the second field goal, and Chowan with a little loose ball handling down below. Hope that turnover bug hasn't crept into the Chowan men's locker room from the Chowan ladies' locker room. The Chowan ladies had 29 turnovers in the first game. Rowland with a long three. Chowan's 0 for 3 now beyond the arc. Maynard comes out of there with it. Elizabeth City State can take the lead. This possession, Maynard inside, off the glass, wouldn't go. Tipped up by Melendez, still loose. Finally, Michael Kelly will grab it out of the air for Chowan. He'll get it away to Tim Bing. Tim's playing with a little bit of a bum ankle here today, and we got to keep an eye on him. Like I said, Chowan's short on numbers.
Short-staffed.
Yes. Here's Bing trying to work off a pick from Kelly. Kicks it over in the corner to Rowland. Gus goes baseline, back out to Bing. Bing spot up three ball, no good. And a rebound comes off to Rowland in the corner. He just tipped it his way from Maynard because the ball came up long. That's the thing about three-point shots. Rebounds will come off a little long sometimes, and the guy that gets in position to get the rebound, it goes right over his head.
That's right.
Inside it goes to Kelly. Kelly caught in the double team, forced it up, wouldn't go, tipped around again. Joseph Allen will claim it for Elizabeth City. Tied at 8 apiece. Here's Robinson maneuvering through pressure in the front court. Tried to go back to Maynard, and he traveled with it. So both teams with two turnovers in the early going. We hit the 14:05 mark of this first half. That'll get us to the first media timeout. Goodwin brewing here in the barrel. Chowan Elizabeth City State tied at 8. We're back for more after this short timeout. This is Chowan basketball. You're listening to on GoCUHawks.com.
Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, my love, he makes it feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself. One, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling cause he's drunk and alone. Two, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him. I got no rules, I count him. I got no rules, I pushing forwards, but he keeps pulling me backwards.
Good audience participation here by Meredith Long's staff here today with the good promotions here at the timeouts. As Chowan has put Ugi Portig in the lineup now for the first time, replacing Michael Kelly. 8 apiece, 13:51 left to go in the half. Here from Chowan today. Elizabeth City State has made the trip from River City, about an hour away from the borough. Inside Deion Jordan. Deion trying to go in the lane. There goes back to Sanders. Sanders goes baseline, forced it up and scored. That quickness from Sanders, Robert, along the baseline, enabled him to get to the rock.
What a move in traffic. Over 4 defenders.
Yeah, he's just so quick down along that baseline. Here's Mendez over the corner from Maynard. His three is on its way and misses. Long rebound comes off to Bing on the far side. And he took it down over Tiani Byers, 6'11" Byers. Here's a steal back the other way. Pettaway's going to lay it in. And going to be fouled by Gus Rowland. There's a bad pass that time, leads into a turnover. The steal was by Omar Roberts. That's been a bugaboo for Chowan here of late. Is not doing a very good job of taking care of the basketball. They ran into some trouble with it on the road. We've seen a few lazy passes today. So here's Pettaway trying to give Elizabeth City State their first lead with the clock pause with 13:15 to go in the half. Petaway this season has been a 74% free throw shooter. And he's given Elizabeth City State their first lead. And into the lineup comes Justin Faison, the young man we talked about earlier. Also, we talked about T.Ha Byers, the 6'11 juniors in the lineup, transfer from Morgan State. Leads his team in blocks with 45, which is up the line pretty good in the CIAA. 11-10 Vikings lead as we near the 13-minute mark of the half. Here's Rowland working off a pick from Portick. Off to Dion. Dion trying to penetrate. 6'10 guy to the rack. Had a ball lost out of his hands, but recovered by Sanders. Chowan with a fresh 30 seconds. Chowan trying to work on the half-court offense here. Portick comes out to set a pick for Rowland. Goes behind his back, but can't penetrate on a nice defensive move that time by Petaway to cut him off. Here's Gus. Pull-up jumper just inside the arc is good for money.
It looks like they're going to use Oogie a lot to screen.
And maybe get him a couple pick and rolls. Chowan back in front now, 12-11. Faison over to Petaway. Coach Sean Walker going to his bench early, and they'll throw it away here. Petaway was trying to get it to Byers, and John Maynard's going to get back in the lineup. Coach Walker's not happy with Petaway's errant pass on the far corner. And Coach Walker, a lot like Coach Davis, we saw him pretty animated on the near side.
Absolutely.
Coach Walker played at Elizabeth City State, was a terrific player. Also was a very good quarterback in high school in his days. Here's Sanders caught in the double team, loses the basketball. Byers with the steal as Sanders fell down. Here's Faison to the rack, and they call a charge against Faison. Good job, Michael Kelly, to draw the charge on Justin Faison. And that will give Chowan the basketball back here. Yeah, they're going to change it now to a block on Kelly. So they mark off the charge from Faison, and Tim George is calling underneath. It's going to be called a block. He changed the call from charge to a block.
Wow.
So Faison's going to be at the line. Some turn of event here. Speaking of Coach Walker, he left Elizabeth City State after 13 years and took the Grambling job, and had Grambling playing well, and had that turned around, and they give Faison the basket here.
Wow.
So it turns into a two-point play as Faison can't make the free throw, and rebounded by Chowan. But Coach Walker had Grambling's program headed the up way, and they made an athletic director change, and Coach Walker found himself out. Really disappointed for Sean. I've known him for a long time because he had finally made it Division I. It didn't work out. Here's Portick going inside, and he lost the basketball, but he got fouled, I believe.
Well, you know, everyone wants to go D1, but it's always not about that, you know?
Yeah.
Which is something all D2, D3, NAI, JUCO athletes learn. It's not all the glitz and glamour. There's a lot of great opportunities in a lot of places that you can make a lot of things happen.
Yeah. Foul's going to be whistled on Faison. It's first. Team third here for Vikings here in the first half, 11:41. First half, Chowan down 13-12. Chowan looking to get it inbounds to Portick in the left corner. Portick to the lane, gives it off to Kelly, who will lay it in. Good penetration by Portick and set up Kelly for the easy bucket. Kelly with 4. And here's a near steal out front. Ball still loose, and Rowland's going to come up with it. He'll get it to Sanders, who will reverse it back the other way.
Great hustle play right there by Rowland.
It really was. To turn it over and get the bucket. Chowan back by 2 now. Or 3, 16-13. There's a good one brewing here in the Barrow. Chowan will be back on the Bob Burke court floor next Saturday. Bowie State comes to town.
This has been a really enjoyable game so far.
Here's a jumper right on the left. It's good for a wide open Corey Mendez. Somebody in Chowan's defense lost it. Chowan gave up 102 points back on Monday night in that loss to Livingstone. 16-15 Chowan. Here's Rowland trying to penetrate, and he walked with it. They got him that time, Robert. He didn't get away with the NBA step.
No, not this time. Oogie's got to be careful. He's setting that screen and leaving a little bit too early. I think he's kind of committing to a moving screen.
Yeah. Penetration inside, balls to Byers from Faison. Faison gets it back now over to Mendez. Far side to Maynor. Maynor with a long three out the right wing is good. John Maynor, a 38.2% shooter beyond the arc, has given the lead back to Elizabeth City State at 18-16. Please, is there good contingent of fans here on the near side with us? Matter of fact, we got more folks on the side, our side tonight from a broadcast standpoint that we've had all year. Inside of Sanders, he can't convert in traffic. Inside of bounds off Elizabeth City State. It'll still belong to Chowan. Coach Brett Vince has indicated to Brandon Mahan, take your jersey off or your sweats off and get in the game for him. The 6'3" sophomore at Ridgeway, Virginia will replace Demetrius Sanders. Chowan has 3 players playing 34 minutes or more in every game, and that's Sanders, Rowland, and Bing. And Bing's jumper is no good. And recovered over in the corner by Mendez.
And I think those guys understand when you're short so many bodies, people got to step up, play a lot of minutes.
And, you know, second, and Rowland's second in the league in minutes played. Maynor, same spot he's just a few minutes ago, and this one's an air ball. He made the other, airballed it here. Bing maneuvering front court, spins away from the defender to the rack and missed the layup. But give credit to 6'11" Byers, got there and barred them a little bit. Elizabeth City State quickly back the other way. Facing in on Rowland, he'll scoop it up and score. Good job of running the break here by Elizabeth City State. Facing with the deuce. He's got 2 field goals here, and Elizabeth City State's got their biggest lead at 4, 20-66. You know, we're talking about the minutes played. Only one player for Elizabeth City State's averaging 30 minutes a game, and that's John Main at 30.3. And Coach Sean Walker went to his bench early here, and he's trying to wear this Chowan team down. We got a foul out front. This foul is going to be whistled on Omar Roberts. And that'll get us to the second media timeout of the half. Chowan down on the short end of a 20-16 score at Elizabeth City State with 9:13 to go in the first half. Back to bring you the rest of the half after this short timeout. This is Chowan basketball. Go to CUHawks.com.
With a quick fuse, I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. Thunder, 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 feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder, 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 thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping. Nosebleeds. Thunder, 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 feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
Give a little shout out to my boy who's listening in today. Former Chowan player and Chowan assistant Lee Branscombe listening in. Hope you're doing well, Lee. Thanks for the little shout out, bud. It's always good to hear from you. We could use your shooting, my man. Hawks are down in number as far as team players, and we could use your good stroke. Unfortunately, I think you're out of eligibility. Long three is no good by Bing, but recovered underneath by Jordan. Jordan inside, his layup is no good, but he got fouled in attempting to do so. Looks like the foul could be on Corey Mendez.
I mean, you really hate to keep on talking about the same thing and kind of hammering the point home, but Chowan's got 10 active bodies. And that, I mean, you got high school teams that have more than that, and that's just kind of due to an unfortunate series of events. But, you know, they're playing really tough. Guys playing a lot of minutes, getting a lot of points, getting a lot of rebounds. So
here's Jordan misses the free throw. Bing will step out now. Sanders will come in. You know, Coach Vincent was talking about it early. He said, I'm not making excuses, but we're without 3 guys who started in that NC State exhibition game.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, he said it is what it is, and we got to keep playing. As Jorna gets his second free throw to go down, cut the deficit to 3 for Chowan. And the thing about it, Coach Vincent has never been the one to go really deep into his bench.
Right.
Anyway, but this year he's got a cause. So, but, you know, we haven't seen Xavier Young much in the second half of the season. He's been injured as Maynard drills a 3 deep in the left corner. Maynard had 21 in that on Monday night in that overtime win up at Winston-Salem. 6-point lead now for the Vikings. Here's Rowland. Pulling up the dribble, gives it to Kelly. Kelly backing in on Allen, fakes him up, off the glass and good. Nice move by Kelly. Michael's got 6 and cuts the deficit down to 4 at 23-19. Pretty quick pace first half here. Facing size he'll dial up a 3, won't go. They go to the rack, knocked out of bounds by Gus Rowland. So the Vikings will retain possession with 8:01 to go in the half, first half that is. Here's Maynard the inbounds, baseline left. He gets it in quickly to Faison. Faison back out front to Robinson, near side to Maynard. He turns around and looks at Sean Walker, and he calls one as they give it to Robinson to reset the offense. The Vikings had a full 30 seconds. Here's Allen. Over to Mendez. Far side it goes to Robinson. Robinson looking inside. Couldn't get it to anybody. Now back to Faison. He goes in the lane. His driving layup, and he got hammered.
Yeah.
It's either way you want to call it on Joyner or Kelly.
Yeah, that was a pretty good word for that. He did get hammered.
And they're going to call it on Deion Joyner.
That was on Deion Joyner. His first.
So here's Faison at the line who got hammered inside. You got to give Faison credit. 5'11" going up against 6'8" and 6'11". And Faison knocks down the free throw. Faison's pretty good from the stripe. He's 35 of 82 this season on 83%. Bing will step back. Mahan back to the bench for Chowan. (24-19). And it'll stay that way as Faison missed his second free throw. And Demetrius Sanders stepped right in front of Faison, right at the free throw line to grab the rebound. 5 for Faison off the bench. Chowan is 0 for 5 beyond the arc. They're the second best three-point shooting team in this league at 37.5, but 0 for 5 today. Sanders goes inside, lost the basketball, but recovered by Rowland. Rowland inside to Kelly. Kelly couldn't hold it, but he went right to Bing, and finally, Elizabeth City State with the steal. You could see that was started about 15 seconds before it happened. Here's Faison, get it taken away by Bing. Two teams swap turnovers. Chowan trying to get the better of it, and Gus Rowland does with a driving left-handed layup. And Rowland comes up a little gimpy. Let's hope he's going to be all right here. Chowan can ill afford to lose their general out in the front. 24-21, Vikings with the lead in the basketball. Right front, a little weave, and here is Faison over the corner to Maynard, who's had the hot hand in the first half, and he misses this time. And Beam will go get it over in the corner for the Hawks and wheel around and come front court with it. Tim going to start about taking it inside, but didn't have the numbers. Rowland's wide open for an NBA 3, and it won't go. Allen with a good position on Joyner for the rebound. Chowan continues to struggle beyond the stripe, or beyond the arc, I should say. 0 for 6 now.
He was about that spot on the floor where the Harlem Globetrotters put the 4-point.
Yeah, I agree. That was way out there. Here's Maynard again, working against Joyner. Let's see if he tries to carry Joyner inside with that quickness. And a Mendez inside to Allen. Allen working against Kelly, near side to Maynard, who's all alone again, and Maynard can't convert again. Chowan's been really fortunate. Maynard's had a couple of good looks the last 2 possessions and hasn't been able to drop it. Maynard's a pretty good shooter beyond the arc at 38.2% this season. Under 6 minutes to go in the half. Here's Kelly trying to spin his way along the baseline. Fallback jumper, 10 feet's good for Michael Kelly. It's good to see the smoothness back from Kelly. He's got 8. Back the other way, works Mendez, reverse layup because Chowan didn't bother to cut him off. Good job by the 6'1 senior Mendez from out of Baltimore to transfer from Niagara Community College. Saw an opening, took advantage of it. Here's Joyner inside, fakes up Allen, reverse layup, wouldn't go, a little strong. Kelly with the offensive board, and he fights for the ball and finally gets handle of it. Off to Sanders. Sanders moving inside against Maynard, and Maynard's going to foul him as he tried to go baseline. So for Maynard, it will be personal number 1 and the 15 foul for the Vikings in the half. And here's Brandon Mahan back in for Chowan as Byers and Petaway will get back in the lineup for Elizabeth City State as Faison and Allen will step out. It'll be Chowan basketball. They'll inbounds underneath their own basket. 5:16 to go in the first half. Hawks the short end of a 26-23 score. Inside it comes to Joyner, and it rolls around and falls in for Dion. So Dion's got his first field goal of the afternoon. They'll pull the Hawks within a single point. You know, you have to wonder as we play these CIAA games here in the second half of the season, how many more times these teams will play each other. Because Chowan is going to exit the league in men and women's basketball next year and softball. So you have to wonder what will happen non-conference-wise. Pettaway wide open again, and he drills it. I tell you what, Elizabeth City State is getting wide open on the left wing here on the near side. Maynard before, now Pettaway. Pettaway's second three of the afternoon. Here's Bing with it, working off a pick from Joyner. Now back to Joyner. Joyner will air three. And this is a little strong. Sanders with the offensive board. He'll take it back inside and try to get it to Mahan and throw it right to the hands of John Maynard. Maynard with the steal becomes Chowan's sixth turnover of the half. And Elizabeth City State can stretch their 4-point lead out with this possession.
Xavier Young at the scorer's table.
Elizabeth City 12 with 24 from the field for 50%. Chowan 45.8% on 11 of 24. Here's Byers in against the 6'11 Joyner, gets it to the break, and Robinson down the lane, he lays it up and in. That's a good pass by 6'11 Byers. Four points now for Robinson. 6-point lead matches Elizabeth City's largest lead today. Here's Bing to the rack. Breen's got his pocket pick. The ball goes out of bounds. That'll get us to the media timeout. 3:31 to go in the first half. Elizabeth City has the better of it. They lead here at Chowan by a count of 31-25.
Out of her mind and wraps herself around the truth. She'll jump from that flight and meet you that night and make you tear up the room. She loves when everybody's watching. She does the way her body moves. She loves the way they all crawl back when she says that she loves nobody else but you. She's on the loose. Watching, she knows the way her body moves. She loves the way they all crawl back when she said that she loves nobody else but you. She's on the loose.
Final 3:31 in front of us here at Chowan. Alongside Robert Burns, I'm Gaddis Hodges, bringing you Chowan basketball this afternoon. Chowan ladies tough outing in the first one. They lose 58-47 to drop only their second conference game of the season here today. And Xavier Young is in the ball game, and it's knocked out of bounds in the inbounds by Maynard. Sean Walker, the veteran coach here on the near side, trying to do a little officiating here. Happened right in front of his courtside location. Xavier Young's in as Gus Rowland's getting that ankle wrap. So Xavier has been bothered by a back issue since returning for Christmas in the lineup now. Joyner in the lane, little sky hook, no good. Byers with the rebound, and Joyner trying to steal it back, puts up the personal. Kind of a frustration foul that time for Dion Joyner.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I must have been hanging out with you too much.
Yeah, man.
Hawk foul is on number 12.
That's going to get Michael Kelly back off the bench and get him in to replace Dion Joyner. Could be a crucial final 3:24 this half of Chowan. This at Livingstone on Monday night, Chowan built a big lead in that first half and saw it evaporate late in that first half, and Chowan just could never recover in the second half. And that loss to Livingstone, 102-91. On the right wing, it's going to be Roberts. Roberts now back to Gabe Kirkendall is coming to the lineup. A little weave and a little roll in by Maynard. Elizabeth City State's doing a good job of running their offense, and they're getting a lot out of it here. Chowan down by 8 now. This is the biggest deficit for the Hawks here in the half. Chowan trying to break a 3-game losing skid. Here's Young working against Kirkendall out front. He'll give it away to Bing. Tim has been silent today. He has not scored. Chowan is going to have a difficult time winning without any offensive production at all with Tim Bing. Here's Bing trying to go to basketball, and he lost it. We got a foul coming here on John Maynard. As Maynard reached in and fouled him for Maynard's his second. And Maynard didn't like the call. Or they're going to go back the other way. I think they're going to call it out front on Bing. And it will be on Bing. I was getting ready to say, I didn't see where Maynard was in the wrong there.
Yeah, that was definitely the right call.
And Maynard looked at him like, wow, me? Gus Rowland's back in after getting that ankle taped. Chowan's got to make the trip up to Petersburg to play a good Virginia State team on Wednesday night. Virginia State going into their game today with Virginia Union 6-0 and 14-3. They're the defending CIAA champions, I believe.
Chowan Hawks going to quite literally limp in the gym against Virginia State.
Here's Roberts off to Kirkendall. He'll fire up the 3 ball. No good. Rebound off to Rowland. Rowland's going to let traffic clear. Maneuver front court with it. Here's Gus with it off to Bing. Bing, a long 3. Chowan's first 3 ball of the afternoon from Tim Bing. Maybe Chowan can get this 3 ball going here. Tim got a good look at it and buries the 3. Hawks pull within 5 at 33-28.
And they won't hesitate to pull it from deep.
Just inside of 2 minutes to go in the half. Roberts works off a pick from Byers. Comes back to Kirkendall on the left wing. In the corner to Pettaway. He'll arch up a 3, trying to match the one before from Bing. It's an air ball. Went right to Tim Bing. Bing, a 1-on-4, will pull it out. Now he'll cut it in the lane off to Mahan. And Mahan trying to go up, and he got fouled. Brandon Mahan got a nice pass at time from Bing, and he drew the foul underneath from Shaheed Pettaway. So Brandon Mahan, who did not score in that game at Livingstone on Monday night, has a chance to get Chowan a little closer. Hawks trail by 5 here with about 35 to go in the half. Mahan this season is a 63% free throw shooter and makes it here. Couple of subs here for Coach Sean Walker as Kirkendall and Byers will come out as Allen and Corey Mendez back in. Chowan currently has Mahan, Rowland, Sanders, Kelly, and Bing on the floor. Mahan's second free throw off the front of the iron and no good, and rebounded by Elizabeth City. Roberts will walk across the timeline, gets it to Mendez on the right wing, there to Pettaway. Chowan's really extended their defense here. Off to Maynard, in the corner to Roberts. Roberts moves back to the middle of the floor and goes back left. Gets off his feet, gets it over to Maynard, who's wide open on the wing, and Sanders knocks him to the deck. So 3 free throws coming by John Maynard for John Maynard. Not what you want to do in that spot for Demetrius Sanders. So Maynard's going to go to the line and shoot 3 free throws. Maynard's an 80% free throw shooter on 40 of 50 this season.
2 shots.
Did he shave 2? 3 shots. There, we get it corrected. Maynard arches it up, and it's good. John Maynard's had a good first half. That's 9 points for the Rayford, North Carolina junior. Tell you what, you look at this roster here, not many seniors for Elizabeth City State. And Maynard's got the second. We'll have a third coming.
Gaddis, I just looked down and something kind of punched me in the face. Chowan's 10-4, but last in their conference.
Well, it's last in their conference because of their conference record.
Right,
probably.
right. 3-3, yeah.
That's what it's based on.
I'm saying that. That's a lot of wins for a team to be in the bottom of their conference. You know what I'm saying?
It is. I can tell you the Northern Division is very, very good in this league. You'll see a good Bowie State team here next week. Virginia Union's 5-1 in league play. Virginia State's 6-0. So there's some good basketball teams in this Northern Division. Going to make it awful tough for Chowan. He trails here against Elizabeth City State by 7. Chowan was picked 5th in the Northern Division, by the way. Elizabeth City State was picked 4th. Here's Bing for 3. Tim's starting to heat up a little bit, and it comes at a good time here late in the half. Hawks within 4 now, 36-32. Inside a minute to go in this one at 50 seconds. And Sean Walker gets a timeout to talk about it. He wants John Maynard, I think, back in the lineup. No, he's going to put Joseph Allen back in. He's been playing this defensive, offensive stuff here in the first half, late in the first half, and I think we want to make sure he gets the right combination on the floor. And it's a good call by the veteran coach, a 14-year head coach here at Elizabeth City State, after 2 or 3 years at Grambling. Chowan baseball is just around the corner, softball as well. I think, Robert, you guys might start here in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. 2 weeks from now, Coker's going to travel to us, and then we got about a 10-game stretch at home, and then we go on the road for a little while.
Toboggan baseball. But, you know, when you're Division II, you got to play. You got to start playing early.
Right.
I mean, you know, you got no choice.
Right.
And, you know, the Division I's used to do the early start. Now they get them going about midway in February.
Once you get out there, it's really not, you know, that big of a deal because we've been training for this since we've been back. At least we came back a little bit early, you know, kind of used to the cold now.
Any newcomers since you came back? I mean, for the second season that you didn't have in the first part of the season?
Not many.
Faces?
Not any new faces. Lost a few guys, but other than that, no real additions, subtractions.
Here's Mendez off to Mena from 15 feet. Mena can't convert. Rebounded by Bean. Showing with a chance to get a little closer with 35 seconds to go in the half. Bean to the rack, lost the basketball, recovered by Maynard. Maynard down the other way with it. He'll pull it back out. Tries to get it inside, and it's lost out of bounds, out of the hands of Shaib Petaway. After Chowan turned it over in the far end, Elizabeth City does likewise back the other way. Good NFL weekend tomorrow. New England at Kansas City. LA Rams down at New Orleans. NFL has to be pleased with their Final Four.
Gaddis, I think Tim Bean just lost a tooth.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just handed the trainer a tooth and they put it in a cup and have it waiting on him.
19 seconds to go in the half. Looks like Chowan, who's down before, is going to hold for the final shot. As Roland just dribbles it out, standing at the midcourt stripe. And Gus now is Chowan's got to go with it quickly. 5-4. Here's Roland trying to penetrate, pull up jumper, got it blocked. Bean gets it off, and it doesn't go. Chowan waited a long time to start play, and they unfortunately doesn't pay off for it. Hawks, who led by only a couple in the first half, go to the locker room down 4, 36-32. We'll take a break, come back and give you the team numbers, individual numbers, and more in this first half. As the Hawks trying to break this 3-game losing skid, find themselves in trouble here at home against Elizabeth City State. Back for more after this short timeout.
She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. Drop top, how we rollin' down on Collin South Beach. Yeah. Look like Kelly rollin', this might be my destiny. Yeah. She want me to eat it, I guess then it's on me. I got you, know I got the sauce like a recipe. She just wanna do it for the grand. She just want this money in my hand. I'ma give it to her when she dance, dance, dance. She gon' catch a Uber out the Calabasas. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. I think you got the wrong impression about me, back. Just cause they heard what hood I'm from, they think I'm crazy. Okay, well maybe just a little crazy. Cause I admit I'm crazy about that lady, yeah. Finger to the world, let's you pay me. I've been slaving, done the cause I'm running out of patience. No more waiting, no. Bouncing like a yo-yo. Living life on fast forward, but we slow-mo. said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. I can't wait for the show. Got that good, yeah, I know. You should not be alone. All this drink got me low. Car got me right, and I feel so alive. Ay, she don't wanna think, she don't wanna be no wife. She just wanna stay out late, she just wanna no wife. Can't tell her nothing, no, can't tell her nothing, no. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan.
At the half, Chowan trails here against Elizabeth City State, 36-32. Chowan's kind of owned this series the last few years, winning 9 out of 10, but including one early this year. But this is the Elizabeth City State team that came in today, winning 8 of their last 11 and playing on a high level right now. And they look good here in the first half, led by John Maynard, who's dropped 11 points on the Hawks. Let's take a look at the team numbers. Chowan in the first half, 13 of 28 for 46.4%. They were 2 of 9 beyond the arc. They were started out 0 of 7. Tim Bing hit his last 2 late in that first half. And also, Chowan rebounded Elizabeth City State 20-13. But turnover-wise, Chowan's got in trouble. They've turned it over 9 times. Elizabeth City State has made them pay. They've got 12 points of the 9 Chowan turnovers. Chowan's forced 7 turnovers themselves and recorded 10 points out of that turnover. So Chowan has got to do a little better, play a little better defensively. They're 4-6 from the free throw line, 5-7 from the free throw line for Elizabeth City State. The Vikings came in on the night beyond the arc this season, shooting it fairly well. They were 8th in the league at 35.2%, but they're 3 of 12 in the first half, and they've had a lot of good looks here. Have the Vikings, fortunately for Chowan, some of them hadn't gone down here. We'll take another break, come back, give you the team individual numbers from this first half. But Chowan trails here at home against Elizabeth City State, and you're tuned to it right here and watching it on GoCUHawks.com.
Traveling in packs that I can't carry anymore. I'm waiting for somebody else to carry me. There's nothing that's there for me at my door. All the people I know aren't who they used to be. And if I try to change my life for more day, there would be nobody else to save. And I can't change into a person I don't wanna be. So, oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah. Every morning when I wake up, I wanna be who I couldn't say I'd ever been. But it's so much more than I ever was. If every night I go to sleep knowing that I give everything that I had to give, then it's all I could have asked for. I've been standing up beside everything I've ever said, but oh, it's Saturday night. A break for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? It's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? It's Saturday night. Yeah. If I had one more I could have ever been. If I had one more day to wish, if I had one more day, I could be better, but baby, oh, it's Saturday night. I pray for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Yeah. It's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday. It's Saturday night. Yeah. It's ready to go, it's ready to go, it's ready to go. It's Saturday night. Yeah. What you thinking? You think that you could be better off with somebody new? No, baby, no. You say you're leaving. Well, if you wanna leave, there ain't nobody stopping you. No, baby, no. I won't beg for your love, won't say please. I won't fall to the ground on my knees. You know I've given this everything, baby, honestly. Baby, honestly, I lie for you, baby, die for you, baby, cry for you, baby. But tell me what you've done for me. For you, baby, only you, baby. The things I do, baby. But tell me what you've done for me.
I never cheated. Deleted everyone 'cause they made you uncomfortable. No, baby, no. These accusations, I can't apologize for something that I didn't do. No, baby, no. I won't beg for your love, won't say please. I won't fall to the ground on my knees. You know I've given this everything, baby, honestly. Baby, honestly, yeah.
I lie for you, baby, die for you, baby, cry for you, baby. But tell me what you've done for me. For you, baby, only you, baby. The things I do, baby. But tell me what you've done for me. 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 You know I've given this everything, baby, honestly. Tell me what you've done for me. I lie for you, baby, die for you, baby, cry for you, baby. But tell me what you've done for me. For you, baby, only you, baby. The things I do, baby. Tell me what you've done for me. 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 Tell me what you've done for me.
36-32, Elizabeth City with the lead here at the break here at Chowan this afternoon. As Chowan trying to break this three-game losing skid coming here today after losses over the weekend at Johnson C. Smith, Winston-Salem State, and at Livingstone. Hogs led this afternoon with Gus Rowland with 8 and Michael Kelly with 8 each. 6 for Demetrius Sanders, 6 for Tim Bing. 3 for Deion Joyner and 1 for Brendan Mahan. And Chowan also saw action from Oogie Portik and also Xavier Young in that first half, and neither scored. Good balance here for Elizabeth City State, led by John Maynard with 11, 5 for Justin Faison, 6 for Shahi Petaway, 4 each for Orlando Robinson and Joseph Allen. Byers, Roberts, Kirkendall all played in the first half but did not score in that first half. Good start of the day here for Elizabeth City. Also, Orlando Robinson had 4 in that first half. Teams back on the floor. We'll take one final break, come back, tip the second half. 36-32, showing on the short end of the score here against Elizabeth City State. And you're listening and watching on GoCUHawks.com.
Notice ain't really like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Yeah. It just won't stop, it go bottom, boot up, boot up, and my heart go bottom, boot up, it just won't stop, it go. How many ways can I say that I need you, baby? It's true. I think I might die without you. Feeling all over my body. You know how I like it. Ain't gotta tell you what to do. Yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bottom, boot up, boot up, and my heart go bottom, boot up, it just won't stop, it go bottom, boot up, boot up, and my heart go bottom, boot up, it just won't stop, it go. Head over heels in love, right in front of you, I ain't gotta look no more, baby. I wanna build this love, and everything you own, you ain't gotta ask for. You got me boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up. So you from the jump, I don't only choose you. Got me boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up. Grab me by the waist, baby, pull me closer. No, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do.
Started the second half. Chowan with the basketball. Down 4. Gaddis Hodges and Robert Burns here to bring you this one today from the Helm Center. We'll be back next Saturday afternoon. Do a little double dip as well as Bowie State will make the trip down from Bowie, Maryland to take on our Hawks. Once again, a lot of these CIAAs might be the last time they play here at the Helm Center for a while because Chowan's going to Conference Carolinas. Kelly's got it at the top of the key for 3, and he got it. Michael Kelly's got 11. That's what Chowan needs, Robert. A little bit of shooting here in the second half.
Right, need to start off hot.
Hawks pull within 1. Here's Robinson near side to Maynard. Chowan's going to run in a, looks like a 1-2-2 zone. Chasing that front. Here's Maynard, who had a good first half, and Dean jumps on him quickly. In the middle, and back door it goes to Allen. He missed the
big break there.
The snowbird.
Lost him.
Chowan starting Brendan Mahan in the second half, not Jordan. Inside to Kelly, great pass for Roberts, and Allen fouled it. Boy, Sean Roberts going to quickly get Allen out after you missed the bunny back the other way and then foul back the other end. Great pass that time for Rowland to set it Michael Kelly inside.
Chowan looks like they're trying to go a little bit smaller right now.
Well, you know, Mahan, after Bobby Grubbs left the team, had been the starter up until the last couple of games. And Kelly's free throw has knotted it up at 36. Chowan's doing what they need to do out of the gate here in the second half. Here's Byers in for Joseph Allen. You can bet Allen's not looking forward to chatting with Coach Walker, and Coach Walker doesn't even look at him when he comes by.
It's never a good sign.
But it's film to watch when you get back. That's the only thing he does bad today. He's done all right. As Michael Kelly got all 5 points in the second half, and Chowan's got their first lead for the first time in a long time. Matter of fact, the last time they led was 11:22 mark of the first half. Robinson, 2 Byers inside. They get it coming down the lane, laying it up and in is Daniels. Daniels, who didn't play much in that first half due to foul trouble, is going to be the recipient of a nice pass inside from Byers. He was coming down the lane and laid it up and in. Puts the Vikings back in front, 38-37, just underway here in the second half. Here's Sanders with it. Demetrius goes over the corner to Mahan. Mahan trying to go baseline. Daniels cuts him off nicely and forces Mahan back out front. He gives it away to Kelly. Kelly will get it back from Rowland with 7 to shoot. Chowan got to go quickly. Gus pulls up the 3-ball. Off the back of the iron, no good. They go to the rack and rebounded by Daniels, who went high to get it away from Kelly. Off to Robinson. Orlando Robinson, the young man out of Charleston, South Carolina, with the basketball. Coming front court with it. Pushes near side to Pettaway. Pettaway 1 dribble, gives it to Maynard. Maynard back on the near side to Pettaway. At the high post to Daniels. Good ball movement here by Elizabeth City. Now back out front to Robinson. He works between the rings. Now moves to the left side of the floor. Now works off a pick from Daniels. Kicks it near side to Pettaway. In the corner, Maynard launches up a high arching 3. Won't go. Brandon Mahan about 12 feet away from the basket with the rebound for the Hawks. Just right of the lane. Rolling with it, working on the right wing. Hale backs it down low to Kelly. Kelly going inside on Byers, and he calls Kelly for the charge here.
Thought that one was a little touchy.
So Kelly picks up his second personal. And what really kind of gives it away, Robert, and I've been listening to a lot of officials, when somebody lowers their shoulder, most of the time they're going to get called for it.
Right.
And that's what Michael did that time. So the foul, the first of the second half for the Hawks, and for Kelly is second on the night. And Elizabeth City State with a 1-point advantage comes front court with it. Over the corner to Daniels, back out front to Robinson. Robinson did a nice job orchestrating this from the point guard spot. Inside to Daniels, blocked away by Kelly. Daniels got it back. Trying to go up front, ball's on the floor. He recovers. Now Gus Rowland's going to save and get the timeout. Or is it going to be a foul? Let's see. Hey, Gus went on the floor to get it, take away from Daniels, and the turnover and the timeout for Chowan. So Gus Rowland will get the timeout and the steal. Elizabeth City's first turnover in the second half. They only 6 in the first half. They forced 9 Chowan turnovers. And we'll take a media timeout. 17-16 to go in this one. Chowan trailing here at home to Elizabeth City State 38-37. Back for more after this short timeout.
It just won't stop me go.
This is such a crazy feeling though. I don't want to get too attached, but I feel like I already am. My mind's telling me one thing, but I guess I should listen to my heart. Right?
Traveling in packs that I can't carry anymore. We're waiting for somebody.
Chowan basketball out of the break. I'll go full court with it. They get it to Sanders, almost threw it away, but saved by Demetrius, who'll get it back to Mahan. Elizabeth City State's gone man-to-man now, and this defense is set. Rowland with pressure from Robinson up front. He works between the rings, does the Henrico High School product. He gets it to Sanders. Sanders at top of the key. Maneuvers against Daniels. In the corner goes to Mahan. 4 to shoot. Brandon's got to go quickly. He took it inside, arched it up. Kelly got it and can't convert. Shot clock's going to expire on the Hawks. Well, we've seen a lot of shot clock violations in these two games today.
That is so frustrating.
Yes, it is. Good defense that time by Elizabeth City. Their man-to-man was really good. They had Chowan so far away from the basket. And he had them pushed out on this with their defense. And that's what you try to do in a man-to-man defense. You try to push their offense out. Inside, the ball's knocked away, but recovered here by Petaway over there. Daniels in the corner. Chowan almost had another steal. Petaway with a wide open look at the three, and he missed it. Long rebound's going to be chased down by Mahan, and Mahan's going to kick it out to Bing on the right wing. Boy, Mahan somehow was able to hold on to it, working through traffic. 38-37, 6:14 to go. Elizabeth City with a 1-point advantage. Here's Kelly turning in the lane over to 6'11 Byers. But he threw it away and threw it right to John Maynor, trying to get it to Sanders. Here's Maynor inside, and it's up and good. Maynor with the steal in the bucket. His first of the second half. That's the first field goal for Elizabeth City in the second half.
Wow. Almost 5 minutes in.
Yeah. Correction, second basket. I'm sorry. Here's Bean, penetration off to Mahan. He's got a wide open three, and he got it.
That's big. That's huge.
Mahan's first field goal of the day, and we're knotted at 40.
I'd love to see Chowan take advantage right here and really step on the pedal.
Fikens move it to the left side of the floor. Here's Robinson out front with the ball high above his head. He and Petaway to a little two-man game outside. High-low down inside to Byers. He can't stick it in. Rebounded by Kelly. That's a good high-low possession that time and good movement. Elizabeth City State does a great job of running their offensive sets. Boy, Kelly had a notion, but Byers jumped under it quickly out behind the arc. Michael can shoot that shot.
We've seen him make it before.
And he's got pretty good range. Here's Rowland now. Rowland trying to cut in the lane, whips it over to Kelly. Off the glass, and he got fouled on the play by Byers. Byers got there a little bit late. Foul's going to be on Byers. It's going to be his first. So Ty J. Byers with the foul. Transfer from Morgan State. He hails from up around our nation's capital at Bethesda, Maryland. So Michael Kelly's going to get a two-shot opportunity from the free throw line. Michael leads the Chowan scoring today with 13. His season high, career high here at Chowan is 16. He had 14 when these two teams played earlier. Kelly's left-handed free throw is money. And Chowan's got their first lead in a long, long time. Well, they did take a lead early here in the second half. I'm sorry. Here comes Xavier Young in the lineup for Brandon Mahan. So Young, who has been bothered by a bad back here since the Christmas break, been in the lineup here. Some big important minutes for the freshman, Rob.
Absolutely, getting them in the game a little bit. I mean, no other choice. And that's usually when players get their big break, you know?
Yeah. And free throw is missed, and Young climbs to back of Daniels trying to get the rebound. So Xavier Young puts up the personal, his first. Young man can get up. He was really elevated, but he went over Daniels' back trying to get it. Chowan's got a pressure in the backcourt here. As Young's going to chase Robinson back here. He'll push it away near side to Mendez, who's just got in the lineup. He'll get it front court to Daniels. Daniels takes it inside the arc, pulls up, and buries it from 14 feet away.
That just looked easy for Elizabeth City.
6 for Daniels, who hails from Greenville, North Carolina, played at D.H. Conley High School. Good programs down at the Greenville, North Carolina area. Here's Bing and Rowland working it middle of the court to the side. In the corner to Sanders, a little high low, and then Kelly, and he'll lay it in. 16 for Kelly, high ties his career high. Chowan continues to seesaw back and forth with Elizabeth City on the score here in the second half. We got a whistle and the ball's out of bounds. We're trying to get it down the near side to Daniels. That'll get us to the TV media timeout. I don't know if you can call it TV or not, but it's a media timeout. 14:22 left. Chowan's come back from being down 6 in the second half. They lead at 43-42, but a long ways to go. 14:22 left. Back to bring it to you after this short timeout.
'cause I'm lost in the way you move, the way you feel. One kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me. Possibilities, I look like all you need.
Chowan out of the gate, hitting 3 of 4 from the field in the second half. City 3 of 8. Helped Chowan come from a deficit to take a 1-point lead here as the Hawks come front court with it.
You were talking a little bit earlier about Coach Sean Walker being animated. We could hear him all the way up here during that timeout.
Yeah, he's a terrific coach. Here's Bing, little scoop up shot, won't go. Byers tears it down to rebound underneath. What does it take? Byers doesn't have to jump very far. They get it to Daniels, and he's fouled. That's a nice save that time by Corey Mendez. As the pass went over his head, he went outside to save it to get it to Daniels coming down the lane. Foul for Chowan's going to be on Demetrius Sanders, his second, team third here for Chowan in the second half.
His second. Shaquille Daniels.
I got to think, even the Coach Walker's back to his, back to his home school. I got to think he still may get another Division I shot down the line. I thought certainly he had Grambling headed in the right direction. He might get another shot, but I wouldn't discount it right now.
Yeah. I think it's also nice to see it at this level, going back to your alma mater. Sometimes that's what people want. Sometimes that's what people want as their in-career goal.
Well, this program needed some stability.
Right.
It really fallen on hard times here late, and I think Sean's certainly a positive start to that. And Daniels misses 1 of 2. Then he climbs the back of Rowland, who had the rebound, to pick up his third foul. So Daniels is going to come out of the lineup, and Justin Faison will get back in. 5'11" sophomore from Waldorf, Maryland, who prepped at Gwynn Park High School. It's a pretty low scoring affair here at 43 apiece with 13:49 left. Chowan won by 16 here earlier this season, but this is a different looking Elizabeth City State team today. Here's Kelly. He's had a good second half. Kicks it out front to Mahan. Over to Rowland. Back out to Brandon. He'll dial up a 3-ball, and it's short. Came right down in the hands of Mendez. Mendez will force it off to Faison. Faison pulls up the dribble, gives it to Mendez at the high post. Whips over on the far side to Pettaway. Pettaway dribble drive, won't go. Tipped around and put back up by Pettaway. Had a shot blocked by Kelly, and Michael will take it from the air. Here's Chowan coming quick in the first half. Rowland coming to front court, I should say, and Rowland will back it back up. Saw that Chowan didn't have the numbers. Here's Rowland over in the corner to Sanders. We got a whistle underneath, and somebody got knocked to the deck. Let's see. And here's Deion Jordan back for Michael Kelly for Chowan. And Michael Kelly looked like he might have got hit in the mouth.
Yeah, he's bleeding.
That foul occurred on, let's see. Or are they just going to call it an injury timeout? I think that's what they're going to do, just an injury timeout. Michael got hit in the mouth, and the trainers attended to him here. Tim got a little dose of that in the first half. Here's Jordan with it in the corner. Deion trying to penetrate, cut off nicely by Byers. Gets it out front to Rowland. Gus with just 5 assists today. He averages 7.7 on the season. He leads the CIAA in assists. Gus trying to go inside. 15-foot is good, and he got fouled from behind. Gus bought that foul that time from Omar Roberts.
Yeah, acrobatic play by Gus Rowland.
And, he just stepped in and just kind of backed into Roberts, and somehow the basket went in for Rowland, who's now in double digits with 10. And Gus is headed to the line of trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
One shot.
And he arches it up and got it. So Rowland now with 11. He's the second player in double digits for Chowan with 11. Chowan leading 46-43. Still a lot of time to go, 12:40 to go in this second half. As you look upon our Middle Tech scoreboards here at Bob Burt Court and the Jesse Helms Center. Here's Pettaway going baseline against Jordan. Jordan blocked his shot, but Pettaway somehow got it back. Jordan's going to foul him on the second opportunity. Give Pettaway credit. He went in against the 6'11 Jordan. Got it blocked, but got it right back and went right back up. And he drew the foul from Deion. It's going to be Jordan's third. So the North Charleston, South Carolina product becomes the first Chowan player to reach the third foul category. And it's going to put Petaway at the line to shoot a couple free throws as he was shooting on that foul from Joyner. And Petaway's free throw is good. Petaway hails from Raleigh. Played at Leesville Road High School as Mahan's going to come out to line up. Tim Beans coming back in. I tell you what, it's a good hotbed for high school basketball in the state of North Carolina. Is in the Raleigh-Wake County area. Really good basketball there.
A lot of guys from a lot of different rosters.
Yes.
From Raleigh.
Yes, you do. As Petaway makes both. First 2 points of the second half by the Raleigh senior. I think there's only 3 seniors on this team here for Elizabeth City State. Petaway's one of them. 46-45. Chowan holding a slim lead, and the Hawks had the basketball. Here's Sanders against Mendez. Pulls up the dribble, gets it out front to Bing. As we get close to the 12-minute mark of this second half, not many folks left the building. Here's a long three, and Young shoots an air ball here. Recovered underneath by Mendez. Mendez over the face, and in the corner it goes to Roberts, who's caught the double team between Bing and Young. Inside to Byers. Shot blocked away by Joyner. It's off the hands of Dion and out of bounds to Elizabeth City State. And Sean Walker wanted a foul call underneath. Here's Young out to line up and Mahan back in. Chowan just trying to buy some minutes until Michael Kelly's ready to go back in. Chowan needs Kelly back in. He's had a big second half. Elizabeth City State, the inbounds on their own bucket, baseline left. Down a point here at Chowan. This, I can tell you, this pace of game certainly favors Elizabeth City State. Here's a three from out on the left by Justin Faison. That's just a 4th 3-ball today in 15 attempts for the Vikings, but it comes at a good time for us. They take a 48-46 lead. Here's Roland out on the right. Working on that right wing. Works off a pick from Mahan. Pulls up, fires the three, and is short. One-handed rebound by Joyner. He'll force it up, lay it in, and get fouled.
Strong move by Joyner. Took some contact, finished the layup.
Joyner got inside of Byers and took it right to the rack. Knew he was going to get fouled and laid it in. So we're tied at 48. Dion Joyner can give Chowan the lead with a free throw. Remember, Dion missed a good portion of the early part of the season with injuries, and he's really come on here of late. Double figures all 3 games on the road here last weekend. And he misses the free throw here. So Joyner can't convert after getting fouled on the first field goal of the second half. Here's Mendez. Nearly traveled with it, gets it back out to Joe. Chowan's gone back to this 2-1-2 zone now. Here's George, the sophomore, works around a pick from Byers, but Chowan does a good job to slip around it. Inside to Byers, and we got a push off on Byers underneath against Joyner. So Byers has picked up his second. And we'll head back the other way with the score tied at 48. We'll be with you here next Saturday as Chowan will be home to Bowie State. 2 and 4 our game times tomorrow. We'll see a good girls team from Bowie. They're going to that game today at Lincoln, 15 and 1 on the season. And the Bowie guys are always tough. They are 6 and 1. The Bowie men, they are 10 and 8. Darrell Brooks does a terrific job at Bowie State. We'll see those people next week here at the Helm Center.
I believe that'll be my last game on air.
Yeah.
Got a nice little streak, probably 15 games that I got to announce.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put you back. We'll put you on the DL. Here's Bing trying to spin away. Somehow held on to it and couldn't convert on the shot. Bing took a pretty hard spill underneath, and it's out of the hands of Robertson out of bounds, who still belongs to Chowan. Boy, Tim took a pretty hard spill. Yeah. Fell into some of the 4 crew down below us here, but Tim's okay. He's a tough customer, is Bing.
He don't look too happy right now, but he's all right.
Well, he's playing with a bum ankle, and really toughed it out on the road last week. Here's Sanders to the rack. He gives Chowan the lead. Demetrius Sanders' first field goal of the second half. He's got 8 on the night. Chowan needs to get him going.
Absolutely.
That's the thing about Demetrius. Sometimes he kind of disappears in games. Chowan needs him to reappear here in the second half.
Right. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. But when he's hot, boy, he's hot.
Here's Roberts with it working on the left wing out front to Faison. Faison loses the ball out of bounds. Rowland picked his pocket, and Faison couldn't hold it. It becomes another turnover for Elizabeth City State. Vikings now with 13 on the day, 7 here in the second half. That could bode well for Chowan if they can take advantage of some of these turnovers. As we near the halfway point of this second half here from the Barrow. Elizabeth City State's going to head to Lincoln play a 7th consecutive road game. Here's Sanders going inside, couldn't get it to go. John Maynard with the glass here for the visiting Vikings. Here's Maynard, pull up 3, long downtown 3, missed. And Sanders beat Allen to the punch for the rebound. Chowan on the break. Here's Jordan, he's gonna travel with it. I tell you, when those big guys catch it in traffic, it's hard for those guys to put it on the floor.
Yeah.
We've reached a Redia timeout with 9:43 to go here in Murfreesboro. Chowan holds a slim 50-48 lead.
I can still shut down a party. I can hang with anybody. I can drink whiskey and red wine, champagne all night, little scotch on the rocks, and I'm fine, I'm fine. But when I taste tequila, baby, I still see you cutting up the floor in a sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, swimming on a Bible, baby, I'd never leave you. I remember how bad I need you when I taste tequila. When I taste tequila, I can kiss somebody brand new and not even think about you. I can show up to the same bar, hear the same songs in my car. Baby, your memory, it only hits me this hard.
Back here at Chowan, well, Elizabeth City State and the Chowan men have a pretty good one going here. It's a 2-point differential with 9:43 to go. And Robert, real quickly, I know Mike Renfro is a high school teammate of yours, and Clemson looked pretty darn good in that state national championship game. Did that game surprise you at all?
You know what? I thought Clemson was going to win. I was kind of rooting for the underdog, but I didn't think they would win by that much. They kind of had my boy Hunter Renfro covered, double teamed the whole time, but I just absolutely rolled over Alabama, and they were playing with third stringers in the second half. You don't see that in the championship game very often.
Here's Maine in the corner, goes baseline to Ryan Kelly, and we got a foul out front. Is this going to be on Tim Bing on the reach? Let's see. Official on the far side indicates the foul to be on Michael Kelly. And so Kelly's third now.
I think there's something to be said about Jalen Hurts because he really had I don't even know what you would call that situation, but kept his cool, kind of stayed with it, and he's not a trash time player, so I'm glad to see him going to a school where he's going to play.
Yeah.
Oklahoma got a big fine.
Yep. Here's Elizabeth City with the basketball now. They're down 2 here at Chowan. We're near the 9-minute mark in the second half. Here's Mano over to Robinson. Like I said, the pace of the game certainly favors Elizabeth City. Here's the ball knocked away and saved by Elizabeth City. Shot clock is going to expire here as the ball got away as Robinson lost it underneath trying to save it. And that will give Chowan the basketball back. You know, you have to admire the change that Dabo Sweeney made early in the season at quarterback. They could not win last year against Alabama with Kelly Bryant at quarterback. And he knew it.
It's a tough situation for people like Kelly Bryant and Jalen Hurts, but at least they get that new transfer rule where you can play right away.
Yeah. Here's Bing out front to Mahan. Brandon back to Bing. Bing stops, pops. Good! Wow. Tim Bing's points, every one of them today, have come beyond the arc.
Way beyond the arc.
Yeah, Tim now 3 of 5 today beyond the arc. Pet away to the rack. Won't go. Tipped inside out of the hands of Allen. Out of bounds to Chowan. Chowan a 5-point lead as we hit the 8:23 mark of the second half.
Chowan making a push right here.
This is when you got to keep the pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're Chowan. Chowan trying to get that terrible weekend of play last weekend out of the mind here and get back on the winning ways. Here's Mahan, gets it inside to Kelly. Kelly back out front to Gus. And Gus going to travel with it, trying to make a move here on the left wing. Got a little bit too big a hurry and travel with it.
That's like the 3rd or 4th time he's been called for traveling today.
Chowan's 5th turnover of the second half, the 14th of the day. So Elizabeth City will come front court trying to close it down or get a little bit closer. They've led the majority of the games, but Chowan's had a good surge here in the second half. That's due to 50% shooting. Elizabeth City State shooting only 26.7% in the second half. Mendez tries to help that with a driving layup, which is up and good for Mendez. 6 for the Baltimore, Maryland senior. For Elizabeth City State, cuts the deficit to 3 for the Vikings. Rowland splits the double team, kicks it out to Mahan. He'll spot up for the 3, no good. And they fight for the rebound, and they'll get it on Gus Rowland. Foul on Rowland's going to be Gus's second. Gus has fouled at once this season. 16 fouls on both teams now, so we're close to both. Next foul for either team will put the other in a bonus. Elizabeth City State, after going 9-5, has got a chance to tie with a tray. I'll get within 2 with a deuce. And Robinson walks right through the hawk painted on the middle of Bob Burke court here. Then goes to the left side of the floor. Elizabeth City in their road blues, showing in their home whites. These new Under Armour uniforms. CIAA's got that new contract with Under Armour after being with Russell so many years. Here's Maynard trying to go inside on Kelly. Runner no good, rebounded by Kelly. Kelly had to hold his breath. He's playing with 3 fouls. Inside to Sanders on the fast break, and he lost it out of bounds. It belongs to Chowan, says the official underneath. Chowan trying to run the break that time, and Bean trying to get it to Sanders, and Sanders somehow lost it, but it went out of bounds off the guys in royal blue, the Elizabeth City royal blue. There's a lot of teams in this league got that color.
Yeah.
Fayetteville State, Elizabeth City State, Chowan. Bing's 3 is on its way as he hits the deck. Wrong rebound comes off to Kelly. Right out to Rowland. Rowland caught the double team. Now we'll back it back out and reset. 53-50, 6:45 left to go here at Chowan. Has been a dandy of a game here today between these two Northeastern North Carolina CIAA schools. Here's Rowland. Scooped it up, and it wouldn't go. Rebounded by Mendez. That's a tough shot. Here's Mendez moving front court. Kicks it over in the corner to Maynard for the tie, and it's no good. And rebound to Sanders. And Sanders going to come front court with it. He sees Brett Vincent and said, hold up everything. Let's slow it down. You don't have the numbers. And you know, with those guys who love to dunk and lay up, it's hard to slow those guys down.
Yeah.
Here's Mahan with it on the left right wing.
It's getting real fun to watch, too.
Here's Kelly with it, working at the top of the key. Kelly with one hand to pass over to Rowland with 6 to shoot. We're at the 6-minute mark of the second half. Chowan's got to go quickly. Rowland nearly lost the basketball inside to Sanders, and he can't get it off in time. Shot clock violation against Chowan. Once again, another shot clock violation. And, you know, I don't know if the defense was that good that time. Chowan just couldn't get a good handle on it. We talked about putting the pedal to the metal, and Chowan's missed some good opportunities here to extend his lead. They still lead by 3.
Yeah, they're really pumping the brakes right now.
Inside of 6 minutes to go here in Murfreesboro. 53-50, Chowan advantage. And the ball is lost out of bounds by Robinson. The ball got tipped by Rowland and went off the hands on the near side off Robinson. That's 9 second-half turnovers now for the Elizabeth City, and we got a timeout. Sean Walker's going to call a timeout to discuss it with his team here. Let's see if he's going to take a full or a 30-second one. And this is going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll hold it here. Talking about Chowan baseball, Robert, you guys opening up 2 weeks from today against Coker, and guys came back a little early, get some practice in. How's practice been here since you've been back?
Oh, it's been really well. We've really hit it hard recently, you know, trying to get everything back together, kind of, because we all did our own thing over Christmas break. We have a specific workout we follow, but we're not with each other the whole time. And we had a couple two-a-days. We had some long hours out there that weekend that we came back, and we've really been hitting the field a lot.
You know, people don't realize, you know, I hear people say all the time that, you know, people play college ball. People do not have any idea of the commitment that you guys have.
Absolutely not. You know, if I didn't play baseball, I'm be honest with you, I don't know if I'd be in this situation in college. So it kind of pushed me to do other things as well that might eventually come in handy, like a degree that I might not have gotten if I didn't play baseball. So
Chowan basketball here right in front of the Elizabeth City State bench. Hawks with a 3-point advantage with 5:40 left.
Getting down to crunch time.
Yes, it is. I tell you what, nobody's left the building either.
No.
You guys have been entertained pretty good all game today.
Yeah, way too interesting of a game.
Here's Bing inside, bounce it away to Sanders. He'll kiss it off the glass and score. Terrific pass that time from Bing. Sanders in double digits now with 10. And nearly a steal by Bing in the backcourt, but he goes to Petaway. Here's Maynard going inside. He's lost the basketball out of bounds. Another turnover for the Vikings.
Yeah, he just missed an easy bucket right there because Joseph Allen was wide open under the hoop.
And here is Omar Roberts in the lineup now, replacing Orlando Robinson. Chowan up by 5 here. We'll get to the next timeout. If we get to the 5-minute mark, get up below, it'll be a media timeout. I think I said it was a TV timeout earlier, right? We have had TV games here, to be honest. I'm not sure if we got one this year or not. Here's Kelly out front working against Allen. Allen over to Bing on the right. Tim trying to go inside and lost the basketball, goes to the floor, and he's tied up. Possession error belongs to Elizabeth City, and that'll get us to the final media timeout of the half. 4:52 to go here in Chowan, and it's 55-50. Chowan up in front of Elizabeth City State, but it'll be Viking basketball when we return here on GoCUHawks.com.
My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Dive bar on the east side, where you at? One lights at my nightstand in the black. Come here, you can meet me in the back. Dark jeans and your Nikes, look at you. Oh damn, never seen that color blue. Just think of the fun things we could do. Cause I like you, listen for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. Yeah, I want you. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Cause I know that it's delicate. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Cause I know that it's delicate. Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, isn't it, isn't it? Isn't it delicate? Third floor on the west side, me and you. Handsome, you're a mansion with a view. Do the girls back home touch you like I do? Long night, with your hands up in my hair. Echoes of your footsteps on the stairs. Stay here, honey, I don't wanna.
That was set for the final 4 minutes and 52 seconds here from Bob Burt Court here in the Jesse Helms Center on the campus of Chowan University. Been a good one here today between Elizabeth City State. Not too good for the Chowan ladies. They fell earlier today, 58-47. They'll try to regroup on the road against a good Virginia State team coming up on Wednesday night. Elizabeth City State's going to take their win with them up to Lincoln on Wednesday. A lot of road trips here for Elizabeth City State here early in this season. Second half of the season. Here the Vikings with the basketball to get it back out front to Roberts. Roberts kicks it far side to Petaway. Now back to Roberts. 5 to shoot for the Vikings. Over in the corner, Petaway arches up a 3 and it's short. Long rebound comes off to, well, they still fight for it. Tim Bean's got it and will get the layup. Tim just stayed after it and after it and gets the layup.
That's hustle.
11 for Bean. Back the other way. Kelly does a good job of cutting off Faison, who tried to go inside on him, and Faison only 5'11" against Kelly, who was 6'8", 57-50. Here's Faison with the 3, and that's a big 3 for Justin Faison. He's in double digits now with 11.
If I would have known that would have happened, I would have rather him hit the layup.
Yeah, it was not. He had 6 points in these two teams played early.
And he drilled a contested shot, too.
Yeah. Here's Roland caught in the double team, steps through it, gets to the Saunders. Trying to go inside to Kelly. He's knocked out of bounds here by Petaway. Still belongs to Chowan with 16 to shoot and 3:40 to play. Getting down to crunch time in this one. Biggest deficit for either team today has been 8, and that was Chowan. I think the biggest deficit for Elizabeth City has been 6 here in the second half. Here's Sanders out front. Chowan's got to be aware of the shot clock. Over the corner to Bing. Bing for 3. Good for Tim Bing. He answers Faison's 3 ball back the other way. 60-57, 7-point advantage for Chowan.
He's the man with the hot hand right now.
Chowan needs a defensive stop here. Here's Roberts with it, coming near side. Over the corner to Petaway. His 3 balls and air ball. Rebounded by Tim and Bing. And, you know, Elizabeth City State doesn't have Maynard in the game here, which is really huge for this final 3:05. He's been doing a lot of damage beyond the arc today, but he had only 2 points in the second half after 11 in the first half. Gus now caught in the double team again. Goes around it, takes it inside, off to Mahan. Mahan pull-up jumper, 10 feet's good by Brandon Mahan. Gus rolling again, sets up a easy opportunity, and the lead Chowan's his biggest of the day at 9 at 62-53 with 2:50 left. Still a lot of time left. And let's see it. It's going to be a full timeout for Chowan. We'll take a break here from the Helm Center where the Hawks have seized out to a 9-point lead with 2:50 left. Back for more after this short timeout.
Folks, don't forget.
What you thinking? You think that you could be better off with somebody new? No, baby, no. You say you're leaving. Well, if you wanna leave, there ain't nobody stopping you. No, baby, no. I won't beg for your love, won't say please. I won't fall to the ground on my knees. You know I've given this everything, baby, honestly. Baby, honestly, I lie for you, baby, die for you, baby, cry for you, baby, but tell me what you've done for me. For you, baby, and only you, baby, the things I do, baby, but tell me what you've done for me.
I never cheated, deleted everyone, 'cause they made
2:50
you
showing on our scoreboard here in the
the
second half in the Helm Center. Chowan with a lead of 62-53. Been a tale of 2 halves, and from Monday to Saturday here today for Chowan. Chowan had a horrible second half against Livingstone. They've shot lights out here in the second half today. Here's another turnover for Elizabeth City State. As the official's going to talk about it, and then they'll go back the other way with it. And I think that's the correct call, but it's going to be Elizabeth City State basketball. It looked like he touched it from here. Tim Biggs pleading his case, and so is Michael Kelly. And then Brett Vincent says, "What's going on here, Coach? You pointed the other way." Here's Elizabeth City State, the inbounds for 2:37. And here's Maynard going to the scores table. Elizabeth City State needs a basket in the worst way with 2.5 minutes to go, down 9 now. Here's Roberts, lost the basketball, but recovered by Petaway with 6 to shoot. Petaway gets around Sanders inside, serves up a wild shot over Kelly and does a draw iron, and Michael Kelly gets a rebound. That's a good defensive job that time by Michael Kelly.
If you're going to put Maynard in, why do you keep him on the bench out of the timeout?
Elizabeth City now 6 of 22 from the field in the second half, but 27.3% shooting. Chowan trying to milk some clock here and maybe add to this 9-point lead. Both team with 6 team fouls. Now we're going to see a lot of free throws, I'm sure, from Chowan in this final 155. Here's Rowland with 3 to shoot. Gus got to go quickly and lost the basketball. Recovered by Roberts. Roberts in against Bing, and he missed the layup. Recovered by Allen. He can't score, but he fouled by Michael Kelly, and that'll stop the clock with 1:45 to go.
Gus Rowland's got to start shooting a little bit earlier in the shot clock. I know we're trying to run clock out, but maybe at the 3 or 4 instead of the 1 or 2.
I believe that's Michael Kelly's 4th, and it is. And here's Joseph Allen at the line. He's a 52% free throw shooter. And he missed it here. And Sean Walker's going to take John Minner to go back to the bench here. With 1:45 left in his team down 9 here at Chowan. As he's going to insert Daniels. Here's Allen now with the left-handed free throw. And he missed it again. Rebound off to Kelly. Michael almost lost it. How about Michael Kelly now with 9 rebounds on the day to go along with his 16 points. Chowan trying to work some clock here with 90 seconds to go here. Here's Rowland out front against George. Rowland to the rack, and he got fouled, but his shot won't go. Oh, he had a chance to really make it tough on Elizabeth City if he gets that basket to go. Foul occurred on Joseph Allen, his second. So both teams into 1-1 for this final 129. Here's Rowland at the line for 2, I believe. Yeah, he was shooting. Now John Maynard's going to get in the lineup. Gus to the line, and he missed it. You could see it was a little bit short when he left. Chowan's been a pretty good free throw shooting team on the year at 77.2%, which leads the CIAA. But you got to make them at crunch time.
Yeah. Go up double digits right here with one made free throw.
That's the thing that I'm noticing. If you're watching basketball as the season goes along, kids get tired and legs kind of give away a little bit. That shooting average is drop. Here's Rowland again. And he missed them both.
Wow.
And tipped around, and Rowland's trying to save it, and he tried to save it to Petaway, or knock it off Petaway, and Petaway's got it. Back the other way. Here's a driving layup here by Allen. A timeout for Elizabeth City. That's a big turn of events. Missed 2 missed free throws, and we get a layup back the other way. Lead down to 7 for Chowan, but still plenty of time to go. With 79 seconds left. What you got to do now is make sure you get it front court.
Really a great team effort by both teams.
Yeah.
It's not like they just had one guy scoring, one guy facilitating.
Well, the worst free throw shooter on the floor right now for Chowan is Brandon Mahan. So let's see if Coach Walker likes to get his guys to foul Brandon. It's going to probably take a long time to fade his final 79 seconds here. Both games going fairly quickly here today. Been a good attendance here today. Always is when Elizabeth City comes to town. This is the thing we'll miss about not being in the conference with Elizabeth City next year. They always bring a big crowd. And it turned out to be a pretty good rivalry between these two schools. I mean, look at it today. Mm-hmm. This is the 23rd time they played in this series, and Chowan's won 13 of the 22, but Chowan's won 9 out of the last 10. So Elizabeth City State, they were one of the first. When Chowan went from Division III to Division II, Elizabeth City State was the one team that stepped out and said, yeah, we'll play at Chowan. We'll come play, and it's been a good series between these two schools.
I'm sure they'll get at least 2 games a year against each other out of conference. I would really hope so anyway. This is a really good rivalry. About an hour apart, 2 pretty similar teams.
Yeah, easy travel. Chowan's got to inbound it and go full court. Against full court pressure to get inside to Sanders. Sanders caught in the double team, trying to step through it, now gets it to Bing in the middle of the court. And Tim will get it across the timeline. Bing thought he was going inside, but now we'll regather and retool. There's Bing trying to work some clock against Kirkendall. Sean Walker says no fouls here. Under a minute left. Chowan's got 10 to shoot. Here's Bing going inside. Lost the basketball, and Gus Rowland's going to dive to the floor and save it. And let's see here. We're going to have a foul here. They're going to call Gus Rowland for the foul. Oh, what we're going to call here?
Wow.
They call Gus Rowland for the foul, diving for the ball.
I do not agree with that one at all. Wow.
Here's Byers back in the lineup replacing Robinson. And headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws is Corey Mendez.
Wow.
Oh, 1-1 that is. For Gus, it's his 3rd foul. This is 2 trips down for Chowan. They've got nothing. Or 3 consecutive trips without nothing after they went to a 9-point lead. Here's Mendez trying to get it closer for Elizabeth City, and he misses.
Big
rebound to Sanders. Demetrius will move it front court. You better be careful because Roberts is sneaking behind him, and he almost got it. Now off to Rowland. 42 seconds to play. 15 for Chowan to do something with the basketball. Roberts trying to pressure Rowland out near the midcourt stripe. 30 seconds to shoot. Here's Rowland, lost the basketball again, and going to be tied up. Possession there is Chowan's way. This works out well, I think, because Chowan should get a fresh 30 seconds. Let's see if they will. Shot clock was down to 3 seconds. Game clock is down to 25 seconds. Or will they get any seconds back on the shot clock?
Looks like they're not resetting it.
Here's Bing with it. Bing arches up a 3, and he got fouled on the play.
Wow,
that's a huge foul.
That's it.
That is a huge foul here on Corey Mendez.
You start to see the masses leaving.
So Bing can make it awful difficult with 3 free throws here. You do not foul in it. But, you know, it's a game of basketball. You see it in the midget league. You see it at middle school. You see it in high school. You see it in college. You see it in NBA. People make mistakes. As Tim Bing, who's had a really solid second half, knocks down the free throw. And Mendez is a senior. Bing hits 2. You know, you see people leave here, and I can understand it when you leave it. North Carolina, NC State, Duke, and all this and that. But you're not going to get in a traffic jam at Chowan University. I just don't get it, you know.
I don't think so. I always like to stay after the game. I like all the media stuff like that. I enjoy all of it, the whole aspect.
Bing misses the third of 2 free throws after making the first 2. 16 for Tim. 9-point lead with 18 seconds to go. Facing Archer's up a long 3, and it's no good. Michael Kelly with another rebound. I don't think Elizabeth City is going to foul here. Chowan with a really good comeback in the second half. They have held Elizabeth City to 29.2% shooting in the second half. And Chowan's going to win it 64-55 here. We'll take a break, come back, and hope to chat with Coach Brett Vincent as the Hawks break that 3-game losing skid, and they win here this afternoon by a count of 64-55. Back to chat with the head coach after this one, as Chowan is coming here this afternoon and broke that skid and wins it here this afternoon with his second half play, and they do a good job of it to win this basketball game. Still thinking football. Back for more after this short timeout.
Say, hey now, baby. Oh, mama, don't play now, baby. Say, hey now, baby. So let's get one thing straight now, baby. Tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I put the house on you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? You gotta tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. Been wishing for you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? Ooh, 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 been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what I was doing. Ooh, 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 been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Try to do what I was doing.
Say, hey, no, baby. You gon' make me hit you with that lay down, baby. Say, hey, now, baby. You know what I need up the gate now, baby.
Tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I put the house on you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? You gotta tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I'm wishing for you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not? Chase, but old enough to know better.
Are we too grown to change? Are we too grown to mess around? Ooh, and I can't wait forever, baby. Both of us should know better.
Ooh, 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 been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh, trying to do what lovers do. Ooh.
Chowan with a nice second half comeback. They trail for 3/4 of this game here this afternoon, but played well down the stretch and pick up their 11th win of the season, but more importantly, break a 3-game losing skid and get to 11-4 and 4-3 in conference. So a very spirited and tough effort for Elizabeth City State. But if you look at the numbers, there's a couple things that jump out on you. Chowan with 17 points off turnovers, and a lot of those coming in the second half. And Elizabeth City State in the second half just could not find the range. It was 7 of 25 for 28% in the second half. Chowan shoots 11 of 22 for 50%. Chowan today also with 6 3-pointers and 20 attempts. Elizabeth City State 5 of 21. Chowan from the free throw line 10 of 17, and Elizabeth City State 8 of 14. Chowan on the glass, 39 rebounds today, led by Michael Kelly's 10 rebounds and his 16 points. But that's a good team effort. Gutsy win for this Hawks this afternoon, and Coach Brett Vincent's going to hustle up and talk to us here momentarily. Let's take a look at the scoring here this afternoon. First for the Hawks, they were led by Michael Kelly and Tim Bing with 16 each. Tim big in his second half, 10 of his 16 coming in the second half. Kelly had 10 rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, and a couple of offensive rebounds as well. 11 for Gus Rowland. Rowland playing 51 seconds and playing all 40 minutes here this afternoon. 10 for Demetrius Sanders, and 6 from, let's see, I'm looking at wrong. Yeah, 6 from Brandon Mahan today. He had a couple of big threes in this one, one big three in this one. Also 5 points for Deion Jordan. Oogie Portick and Xavier Young saw time today but did not score. Only one player in double figures today for Elizabeth City State, and that was John Maynard with 13, but Maynard was held only 2 points in the second half. So Chowan did a good job on Maynard in the second half. And Maynard in that first half just was shooting lights out against Chowan, but only makes one basket here in the second half. 8 points for Shahid Petaway, 7 for Shahid Daniels. 6 points each for Corey Mendez and Joseph Allen. 4 points for Orlando Robinson. And 9 points for Justin Faison, who did a very good job off the bench today. I had him with 11, who had him with 9. But Coach Sean Walker trying to get into Chowan's depth a little bit. Played a lot of people here early and down the stretch, but Chowan's able to hold on to win here 64-55. We'll take another break, come back. Coach Brett Vincent will be joining us to talk about his team's 11th win of the season. Chowan wins it here today over Elizabeth City State 64-55. They now won 14 of the 23 games in this series. These two teams will get together again on February the 9th when Chowan makes the trip down to the River City. Back to talk to Coach Vincent after this short timeout.
She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. Dropped top, how we rollin' down on Collin South Beach. Yeah. Look like Kelly rollin', this might be my destiny. Yeah. She want me to eat it, I guess then it's on me. I got you, know I got the sauce like a recipe. She just wanna do it for the grand. She just want this money in my hand. I'ma give it to her when she dance, dance, dance. She gon' catch a Uber out the Calabasas. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan. She said she too young, don't want no man. So she gon' call her friends, now that's a plan. I just ordered sushi from Japan. Now yo, just wanna kick it, Jackie Chan.
Hawks break that 3-game losing skid this afternoon. They beat Elizabeth City 64-55. Good effort by Chowan here in the second half. Joined by Coach Brett Vincent. Coach, you and I talked. It's tough to get wins here in the CIAA, and especially on the Division II level. This is a tough basketball game today. I know you're proud to get out of this one with a win.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the guys, especially our defense the second half. I thought, they shot 19% or scored 19 points in the second half and shot 28%. And, we made a few adjustments at half on our ball screens, and they were trying to overload sides and things, and our guys did a really good job with it. And we offensively we're a little rough around the edge, especially in the first half. We tried to make some changes, and but we did a good job. I thought, other than 10 turnovers between our two guards, we had 16 turnovers, and I think 10 of them were between our guards. So that's a point that sticks out. But we did enough to win, and that's a pretty good team we beat, and we beat them at home. We're 1-0 in the division, and we'll take it.
Absolutely. When you talk about changing your defense, Manor and Pettaway seem to get a lot of good looks on the wing in the first half. Is that what you were trying to defend against in the second half?
Well, we were mixing our defenses in the first half with, and a lot of what happened in the first half and maybe the last 3 games is a couple of decisions on my part. We tried to play a little bigger with Grubbs not in there, and it really doesn't fit what we're doing. So at halftime, I thought we'll go back smaller and we can match up better, and we run better offense that way. And also we can rotate the bigs and keep them out of foul trouble and keep them a little bit fresh.
Coach Michael Kelly had a tough weekend last week in your 3 games, but this is the Michael Kelly we need and we saw today here with 16 points and 10 boards.
Yeah, it is. We played well in spurts at John C. Smith and Winston and Livingstone, but I thought for the most part we played about 34 good minutes tonight. There were 6 minutes there in the first half. I'm not sure what we were doing, but we battled back and we made a couple shots down at the end. And Tim gets fouled and then he goes up and bangs in. There's 3 free throws, or 4 or 2 of the 3. I'm not sure. Did he make all 3 of them?
No, he made 2 out of 3. Coach, he was really good for you in the second half. I know you can tell he's playing. He's not 100%, but the way he moves, took a pretty good shot in the mouth in the first half. But he just hung in there, made some plays, hustled down a couple of long rebounds, kept the ball.
You talking about
if you remember Tim Bing.
Tim Bing, yeah.
Yeah, when he hustled down, you remember the ball, he tipped out and just stayed after it and ended up getting a layup out of it. That's the kind of plays it takes to win in this league.
Yeah, it does. And, I'm looking at the stat sheet. I mean, we play a guy 33, 38, 37, 39. It's hard to play that many minutes, no matter what type defense you're playing. We played some 3-quarter zone press, back to a matchup, and, we do a couple of different things out of it. So it's hard to play, and when they're ball screening you, your body's getting hit with screens, and it takes it out of you. So I'm happy with, I guess the word would be fighting through and hanging on and grinding it out.
Maybe you have to talk to that head coach about all those minutes the kids are playing. Maybe a little discussion about that.
Well,
you go to Lincoln, you know anything about Lincoln, how they've been playing? I know they were playing today at Bowie State, 4-3, 11-7. Got a tough matchup on the road coming for you.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. So we'll see. They're solid all the way through. We know that for a fact.
And Coach, a great win for you here today. It's always good to get a win in the league. And like you said, you want to know the Northern Division. That was your goal coming out today. Enjoy this one. And we'll see you next Saturday when Bowie State comes to town. It doesn't get any easier here in the Northern Division.
No, it doesn't. I appreciate your coverage, Gabby.
Absolutely. Great game for your team today. Coach Brett Vincent's team winning here today 64-55. As Chowan ladies lost their opener today 58-47. That'll wrap it up for us here from Chowan, where the Hawks split the doubleheader. Until next weekend, everybody, have a great weekend. You've been listening and watching Chowan basketball on GoSeeYourHawks.com. Good night, everybody.